He mentioned something interesting. Cypher is pursuing new research. He claims that what they're doing in
Canada
is the missing piece. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
kept you waiting, huh? See, it's a cute little pun, because today we're doing a Metal Gear Rex kit bash video. This kit comes from Kota Biyuki. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, or if I misremember it entirely. And we're going to be kit bashing it with the Master Grade Jesta. I had this built for a while from a gift from my brother, but I wanted to paint it and do something weird with it, so that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. I ended up using the legs or the side skirts. The side skirts were unneeded because of how thick the hips ended up being with this final build, but you'll see that sooner rather than later. The actual legs themselves fit pretty fucking perfectly in there, so I was pretty happy. I did end up using the shield or the backpack. They're pretty unneeded by the end of it, but you'll see that in a little bit. The backpack wasn't going to sustain anything that I wanted it to. The actual Metal Gear Rex kit itself was very thorough and detailed. I would very much liken it to a Master Grade from Bandai. There was like, I don't know, 12 racks, more than that, just a ton of pieces, 4 miniatures, absolutely wild stuff. But as you should be washing your racks whenever you're going to be doing a big painting project like this, especially if it doesn't come from Bandai. So that's exactly what we did. All the actual Jesta pieces that I wanted to paint came off rather smoothly. I was pretty surprised. I thought it was going to be a total pain in the ass trying to get that all done, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Of course, with all those Metal Gear Rex pieces now dry, I gotta go through the long, tedious fucking process of cleaning them all up. Man, that was only a few pieces too, but here they all are, all done. There's a shit ton of pieces already in a ton of bags. There's the base. I didn't end up using the actual invisible stand thing, so I didn't really need it. The actual Jesta machine gun, I'm turning into a shoulder cannon, so I removed the trigger because I'm going to be using the trigger on the railgun of the Metal Gear Rex. I'm turning that into an actual rifle. I thought that'd be a lot more interesting than just keeping it on the backpack. The actual machine gun, yeah, like I said, I'm turning into a cannon, so you'll see some nifty tricks that I kind of do with that later. Here is the railgun. Normally you'd be putting like a hole socket there so to put into the backpack, but the actual handle from the Jesta machine gun like fits perfectly in there, it turns out. It was almost too good to be true. It became a handle for the railgun right out the side. Like I said, turned out pretty fucking great. I was really happy with that. So here's the bottom of the railgun with the trigger that I took off the machine gun and put onto the railgun. Just use some normal plastic glue. Also took off the reticle, I guess you would say, from the Jesta machine gun and put it on top the railgun piece. Should work out really well. It does, spoiler, I guess. And here the leg joints I referred to earlier, as I said, they actually just kind of stuck in there perfectly. There was no need for me to glue anything, so I was able to remove the legs at will, which is really nice. I also had to shave off some of that stuff just so I could ensure it fits on the back of the actual Jesta. I ended up using a bunch of super glue anyway, so it doesn't matter too much, and you don't end up seeing anything of it anyway. And here is the Jesta cannon. I put some extra rocket packs from Zaku and Gundam Mark II, along with the magazine up top where the visor would be, and it turns out pretty good. Here's all the pieces now, masking taped up, all that good stuff, because I have to go paint all of it with rattle cans again. Absolutely infuriating, but it is what it is. Turned out to be way bigger of a project, like 4 hours of work, so fuck me, I guess. Oh well. Here we go. To make my process a little bit quicker though, I tried to do it in like batch painting using like styrofoam and stuff, just kind of sticking it in there, seeing what I can do. I haven't been to my mom's in forever, not since I lived in her fucking basement.
I used to be an anime otaku.
Oh.
But look how good this color turned out. This matte black from Tamiya, absolutely beautiful. It's like I said, it's a flat black, so it just came out perfect. I did do the base up a little bit. I'm not like super thrilled with it, but I also didn't put in like a ton of effort onto it because I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up using it in my actual display shelf or not. Haven't really decided, but put some hazard stripes on there as usual. Lots of paint got underneath the tape, unfortunately, so it's a little bit jank, but you know, live and learn. So here's a lot of the detailing I've been doing in all of the pieces. I end up using a gold marker for a lot of like the panel lining and other stuff like that. It was kind of a nightmare to work with, if I'm being honest. It would kind of spread very easily, and if you try to wipe any excess off, you would get a little bit of a yellow coloring over everything else, and yeah, really annoying. So here's all the pieces to their parts now. We're getting ready for assembly. We're putting this goddamn thing together. Here's the backpack with the satellite from the Metal Gear Rex and the just a cannon on the side, and then here's the railgun. The color separation on this turned out really well. Ended up going with a gunship gray, a matte white, and a matte black for the majority of the colors. That gold marker, as I said, used for a lot of detailing. And then there was a few pieces on the Rex kit I didn't end up painting. I used a lot of bronze and stuff like that for the inside of the railgun and on the backpack, as we saw a few seconds ago. Put some extra detailing for like the missiles on the Jesta cannon. So far, so good. Here it is. I don't have the backpack attached yet. But this is pre any kind of coat or decals, of course. But already I think it's looking really like neat. I really like the black on it, of course. I think it looks pretty kick-ass. Here's all the pieces again as we get a little bit more detailed look at all the parts and everything like that. This thing is an absolute goddamn nightmare to pose, by the way. Just because everything is a bit stiff on the Metal Gear parts. It's not quite like I don't think they have quite the quality of a Bandai kit, but it is what it is. Had some difficulties with the decals, as we're gonna see here. Just couldn't get them on as much as I wanted to. Didn't have a lot of good ones to go through at this point, but it is what it is. Put that all on, threw on a matte top coat, didn't even bother with a glossy coat, as we go into the showcase now.
Words that kill. Would you speak into me with your breath so still? It makes me believe in the Father's eyes. Let me suffer now and never die. I'm
Woo, that's some shaky goddamn camera work. But I'm not professional, so it is what it is. Here's another slideshow, another classic for my channel. It's happened 4 times now. It's officially a classic. Pictures turned out pretty good, especially with how dark the kit is, but with some decent lighting from my living room, I really like how it turned out. The overall kit, I'm very satisfied with. What can I say? I took myself upon a really unique challenge. I feel like I tackled it head on. Did my best, dug deep in those corners, shot it up the blue line, you know what I'm saying? Here's all my other kit bash kits and my Thunderbolt missing its fucking beef, and I'm going to retune that Thunderbolt at some time for another video using no extra parts, just changing it into something completely different if I can. And if you're interested, here is my 40k armies, my Space Marines and my Asher Militarum, my Baneblade, really cool. Was an absolute pain in the ass to paint. And it wouldn't be another Gunpla kit bash with an even lazier spin. I didn't even bother with the fucking plate on a bowl this time or anything like that. But overall, really love how this kit turned out. The color separation is great. My creativity is flowing here. I did some really unique stuff. I don't think you're going to see anything like this for a long while. Things I wish I would know for next time is don't bother with that gold marker. It's an absolute pain in the ass. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for checking it out, guys. See you later.